Are you lacking a little bit of energy? Do you need a little bit of a boost? Or maybe you just want a tasty beverage? I got you covered. Introducing G Fuel, a sugar-free formula with loads of different flavors to choose from that'll give you a boost. These are a couple of the flavors out of the many that I really like. Now, G Fuel also has a non-caffeine line called Hydration, and these are absolute bangers containing a lot of electrolytes and vitamins. By using code SALT, you can get 20% off your purchase right now. Link in the description of the video. If you miss the salt, it's not my fault. What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we're a Iron Leaves sweep. Iron Leaves is a new Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, and let's have a look at it. So we've got the typing as Grass and Psychic, so it's 4 times weak to Bug, which is interesting. We got the Quark Drive, and looking at its stats, we got a nice attack stat of base 130, speed stat of 104, which is nice, and a nice special defense too. So kind of similar to Virizion stats, I guess you could say there. Now, this Pokemon is pretty good as a physical sweeper, and earlier on, I did do a walking wake sweep too, so if you haven't checked it out, make sure you do. If you enjoy these videos, people, make sure you hit the like button, and let's get into it. This is the battle against Neil, and we've got a Palafin lead. My strategy is going to be comprised of a Pinchurchin lead with Electric Surge, and we've got the Terrain Extender as the item. It's sending that out to 8 turns. So what I'm going to do here is all I'm going to go is for the Mento. We got the Palafin going for a flip turn here, getting out of this matchup, obviously going into its little hero form later. And the next Pokemon we're going to come in here is going to be the Clodsire. So a pretty good matchup here for my Iron Leaves to come in here with the type advantage being a Psychic type. Let's see what happens here, people. And what do you think of this Pokemon? Let me know in the comment section. Let's get it. So unfortunately, I couldn't get the win at the end there. My opponent canceled right on the very last Pokemon for some reason. Anyway, let's get on to the second battle here. This was actually pretty interesting. So earlier on, as I mentioned, I did do a walking wake sweep. And at this point in time when I was doing these battles, I was going for a walking wake sweep. So just bear that one in mind here. So I started off with my Torkoal leader with the Drought, and I was having some fun here trying to put the Tinkaton to sleep and getting rid of the Stealth Rocks and lots of stuff like that. So I started going for the Yawn again because it did have a Lumberry, and then I had this Espartherite, and it had Light Screen, and it was really tanky with the Speed Boost. So I was like, I think they're trying to go for like a Stored Power Speed Boost set, and I had a lot of trouble here with my Walking Wake doing any damage at all. So what I did is I went back into Pinchurchin, I set the Electric Terrain up there, and I decided to try and drop the stats of this Pokemon. It turned out I got the stats down and I swapped in my Iron Leaves. Let's see if we can get it this time. Alright, we're just going to pretend the Tigaton matchup didn't happen, and it somehow lives my attack there with max health, max defense, crazy bulky set. Alright people, I've got to get it this time. So we got a Lucario lead in this battle. I'm leading things off with Pinchurchin. I got freeze hacked by Ice Punch. You wouldn't read about it. I actually thought out there, got the momentum off, and it's time people. Let's see if I can get it. Let's do it. Alright, I finally got it there in the end. Let's have a look at the Iron Leaves build here. This is my exact build that I used in this video, and I believe it actually has extremely good sweeping potential. So we've got 96 EVs in health, we've got 160 in attack, 252 in speed, and jolly nature. Now, the reason for this is I've deliberately made it so the speed is 1 higher than the attack, and I'm gonna get that boost in speed there, which is gonna be really good. And then I can go for Sword Dance to boost my attack stat, which is gonna be very, very good. So I get the +1 in attack, swapping it in during the electric terrain, and then I get the +2 with Sword Dance, and then I can, start to sweep there. Now, with the new move PSYBLADE, that's a really, really cool move, and we've got Leaf Blade as well. So some pretty nice, coverage moves there for this Pokemon. And with Sacred Sword, that actually allows you to hit the Steel-type Pokemon, which, most of the time there would probably be walling this Pokemon. So that's going to be very, very handy. In a couple of cases, I come across King Gambit and things like that. Now, mainly its new move, PSYBLADE, obviously is going to be a damaging move. If the user is in the electric terrain, it actually gets a base power increase to 120. So that's pretty cool. And if you use it with a Pokemon with Sharpness, its power also gets increased by 50% on top of that too. So imagine if Gallade had PSYBLADE. That's crazy, So just a little bit of an interesting sort of food for thought there. Now, the other way you might be able to run this, you could run it with another item. I gave it Lumberry here, but Lumberry is kind of handy against any Will-O-Wisp mons, but I mean, if you were really worried about your electric terrain running out, sure, you could give it boost of energy. That could be another good item. As for the Terra here, I gave mine Terra Psychic, so just forget about that, it says grass there. So I gave it Terra Psychic, but you could actually go Terra Fire on this, and you could give it Terra Blast too if you didn't want to have Sword Dance on there. So that's another move option, and you could even get rid of Sacred Sword if you wanted to. I don't mind Sacred Sword though, because it does get around those pesky Pokemon that do set up Iron Defense and things like that. So that is another good move to have on there. And you could go Expert Belt, Life Orb, Lumberry, lots of things like that could actually work on this Pokemon. But that's pretty much it, people. I've done the Walking Wake and we've done Iron Leaves. I might have a look at Hisuian Zoroark during the week. Alright, people. Peace out.